Carolina on the ride. Whoa, whoa. Carolina on the
ride. What's up, Panther Nation? Bill Mack here with another edition of the Panther Prowl, and the game has just gone final. This is the Week 15 review. This is a Saturday night primetime game only on the NFL Network. Our Panthers took on the Green Bay Packers. You know, it was a tale of two halves. Yet again, I don't know how many times I think we have said that this season, but for certainly it was. You know, our Panthers played all right. You know, Troy Pride, I think, went out at some point, and he was unable to return. Here's the play-by-play and drives and how we did on and against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field, which I thought was a close game. Like I said, if you knew anything, the score, of course, as you see on the screen here, Panthers fell short, 24-16 to Green Bay. Panthers started off. They ended up getting the first the kickoff, and they went 3 and out the first drive of the game. And that was the thing about it is this game, the Panthers were allowed the Green Bay Packers to score on the first 3 possessions, but then they pretty much settled down after that because at the half, after halftime, they only gave up 3 points the rest of the game. Again, this is another loss that you pin on the offense not being able to score points. And if you're a Panther fan, you know one of our main issues that we have actually done well this year is putting up first quarter points. You know, the problem is we're not able to finish the half strong. So Green Bay ends up Tanyan ends up getting a 1-yard touchdown reception from Aaron Rodgers on their first drive. Aaron was 4 of 5, 29 yards. Aaron Jones had 1 carry for 46 yards. That put Green Bay up 7-0. On the second drive, of course, the Panthers' second drive, we saw Teddy get sacked by Smith, and it ended up leading to a 36-yard field goal. Teddy was 3 of 4, 62 yards, which that put the Panthers only down 7-3. Green Bay's next drive, Aaron Rodgers gets a 6-yard touchdown run. He is 4-7 on that drive, 31 yards. Aaron Jones had 38 rushing yards, which doubled up the score. Carolina was ended up being down 14-3. On the third drive of Carolina, they fumbled. Teddy he marches downfield, ends up fumbling the ball at the 1-yard line. And he got on there was 47 rushing yards on that drive leading to that. Teddy was 2 of 2 for only 21 yards passing on that drive. However, they fumbled the ball, was recovered, and went back 47 yards, which leading to Aaron Jones getting an 8-yard rushing touchdown. He was 5 carries for 29 yards, which now Green Bay is up 21-3. And of course, the Panthers punt 2 more times. Brian Burns does get a sack on Aaron Rodgers on their 4th drive of the half. Aaron's only 2 of 14. And, of course, F.A. Abada and Derek Brown, of course, get a half a sack each, causing the Green Bay Packers to punt at halftime. So at halftime, Teddy is 7 of 15 for 104 yards with the 1 sack. Davis has 7 carries, 31 yards, and DJ Moore, of course, 3 catches for 59 yards. Aaron Rodgers is 13 of 19 for 99 yards with 1 touchdown. Aaron Jones is 12. He already has over 114 yards in the first half. So the Panthers defense did their half, because if you look at it, he at the end of the game, he's only got 31 yards rushing, Jones does. So their defense shut it down, and it's been a problem what we've been talking about. So the total yardage at halftime, Green Bay had 242, while the Panthers only had 150. And so we we see that setting up. So 21-3 kind of looks insurmountable to Green Bay, you know, because their defense gave up on their first 3 possessions, but their last 3, they were giving up punts. So we did see punts coming along there. And the Panthers were doing well because the Panthers ended up getting like 6 straight punts on there. But again, if you don't have the offense, and Teddy's just not clicking along with that, there was some deep passes and plays that Moore made. Anderson was basically obsolete from this game. However, the great thing about the ending of this game was the Panthers ended up, both DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson ended up going over 1,000 yards for the season. So that makes them this the second Panthers receiving duo since Patrick Jeffers and Muhammad did it years back. So congrats to them on that. So going into the second half, Green Bay punts on a 3 and out. Amos ends up sacking Bridgewater, and the Panthers end up punting. And then we come back, and Derek Brown goes to sacks yet again. Gets another sack, and then Green Bay ends up punting again. Panthers do, however, get on the board with their third drive, a 13-yard touchdown run by Teddy Bridgewater, who was 2 of 3 for 23 yards. Davis had 14 rushing yards on that drive leading up to that. Green Bay yet punts yet again. Panthers get a 22-yard field goal, which Teddy is 6 of 8, 59 yards on that. So that leads Green Bay is up 21-13. So on Green Bay's fourth drive, F.A. Abada ends up getting another sack, and it causes Green Bay to get a 51-yard field goal, puts them up back once again by 11. So F.A. Abada, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, all those guys totaled tonight for 5 sacks. So we see Carolina end up getting the ball back, and I believe it's Smith from Green Bay ends up getting a sack, which causes Carolina to get a 33-yard field goal, and that makes it 24-16. And so then finally, Green Bay punts the ball, and Carolina gets the ball back, can't do nothing with it, ends up basically just kneeling on it and running the clock out. So Green Bay ends up winning the game 24-16, which drops our Panthers to 4-10. Green Bay, of course, goes up to 11-3, and for right now, they are in the driver's seat for the number 1 seed in the conference. Plus, this season, it's only the team with the best record gets the home field advantage this year due to the way the playoffs and the pandemic and stuff set up and all. So, it set this up, which only one, instead normally you have your top 2 seeds get the byes, but this year you've got the number 1 seed being only get the bye. So that's important for the race for that number 1 seed in the NFC Division Conference. So we get to the final stats here. Teddy Bridgewater is 21-35. He had 258, so a lot better showing in the second half. However, he got sacked 3 times. He did have 4 carries for 26 yards and a rushing touchdown. Davis ended up 4 carries, 59 yards. So he needs probably around 20 more yards, and he'll have 1,000 scrimmage yards for the season. DJ Moore had the big night, had the big half going into it. He ended up catching the ball 6 times for 131 yards. And, of course, Robbie Anderson had a couple catches for 21 yards, which that ends up putting both over 1,000 for the season. So congrats to those guys. Rodgers was 20-29, 143 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 rushes, 26 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. Aaron Jones had a big night for them in rushing, 20 carries, 145 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Lazard had led the receivers in 5 catches, 56 yards, and Robert Tonya had 3 catches, 18 yards with the 1 touchdown. So those were our final stats. As we look into going into next week, Panther Nation, there's a lot we've got to do. I have read some of the stat boards, Panther boards on Facebook. And there's a lot of wonder why are we having these problems? A lot of people want to throw Teddy. A lot of people want to blame this, that, and the other. And like I stress at the end of every video I do, it takes time. You got a brand new coach, a college coach at that, and trust me, he's going to have a lot to learn as well. There are certain things that work in college that do not work in the NFL. They just don't. But with no off-season OTAs, no preseason, You know, there was a lot missing time and everything. There was a lot that these guys are having to go in cold turkey. And you say, well, it's already, 15 weeks into the season, but still, that's a lot of time that these coaches can learn what to do and what not to do. They're just as fresh as the the players are, new players to come in that are drafted or brought here during free agency. I am very proud of our defense. We stepped up well. Like I said, Aaron only had 143 yards, and if you said Aaron had 143 yards and a touchdown, you think, wow, we should have had a chance to win this game, but they had to stop the run, and that was one of my problems that I had in the preview video, was that the Panthers ended up basically failing to stop the run, but they did a great job on Aaron. He didn't get too much out, and I saw tonight that no matter what the temperature was, the team buckled up. They didn't just break down and they bend, but it didn't break after the half. They actually stepped it up, got 5 sacks on Aaron. Like I said, it was just between Brown and Bada, Burns, these guys were doing well. This is a young defense, and they're only going to get better. We just have to improve in our offense, whether it's play calling, Teddy, or what, because we got 2,000-yard receivers on our team. Should be no excuse why we don't have more points and more wins than what we do outside of it being a new coach and regime. So hopefully, if with the pandemic and everything next season, that they'll be able to get the OTAs, they'll be able to get the workouts, they'll be able to have preseason, then you may see a difference in them. Plus the draft coming along too, which I'm hoping that they'll go more young on offense this time. But it is a learning step. We just have to take our time, take our patience, and take our lumps with it. This was a hard fought game. To only lose by 8 is not bad at all. Not going into Lambeau Field with Green Bay being the top 5 in just about every offensive category and top 10 in defense. I think we did well. That's all, and that's what I said. I think in my preview video was, let's just have a good showing. And I think for our defense, we did well. It's our offense that still continues to need work, and whoever takes the blame, it's got to get better. And chemistry, and like I said, you've got the weapons on your side to do it. So let's see what happens. But as always, Panther Nation, glad you joined me. Glad you watched my video. I try very hard to put up videos because this is what I love. I love talking about the Panthers. I love talking about the NFL. I even love some wrestling, which I try to mix one of those videos in every now and then. But I don't do too much, but I do enjoy it. And all you that watch it, I give you a special thank you for doing that. It means the world to me to see the views and watches on these videos. However, if you do watch the video, would you please give me a thumbs up to let me know that you watched the video, and or if you got a comment you want to leave saying great job, whatever, encouragement, criticisms, whatever, always leave them in the comments because I do read them. I don't get many views, but I appreciate everyone that I do because I do enjoy doing this, doing YouTube videos and doing other videos for different platforms for the Panthers. So, Panther Nation, I appreciate all of the watches, views, likes, everything. Share it, retweet it, whatever you can do. I appreciate it. I have my, as you see going up above here, my social medias. Follow them if you like. I appreciate it. And hopefully Panther Nation will snap our losing streak next week. I don't remember the game, but of course I'll put up a video anyway. But this is a rare Saturday night video to come out. So until next time, Panther Nation, with the Panther Prowl, this is Bill Mack saying, keep pounding.